In this video we'll show you just how to read in a DXF file and then create the contours for the wire erosion software. Okay, so we've started the CAD system from the desktop and we click open the DXF drawing, choose the drawing that we want. So the next thing is quite important. Under the options tab here, the best thing to do is to convert polylines and convert splines to fitted curves, and also tick this box here which is expand the blocks, which we call symbols. This means that you should have access to all parts of the drawing without having to explode individual blocks. So we've got all that. Okay, so that's the DXF file that we've imported. So we need to create contours of maybe some of these holes and apertures, and also set where we want the data point to be. Okay, so before we start, I'll just zoom into this area here, because this looks like an aperture that we'll probably need to wire, and we'll guess that this is the start hole position. So what we need to do there is we need to find a corresponding perpendicular spot on this line here to start the contour, and the way that we do that is to use the intersect function, and from the vertical toolbar here we use split and we use perpendicular. So it wants me to indicate the point which will be used to create the perpendicular intersection. So I need to set my snap mode to near so that it snaps onto the center of that circle. So that's the point it's going to use, and then it's going to create perpendicular to the line I choose, which is this one here. So you can see where it's created the split point, which is perpendicular to that. Okay, so we've got that, and we probably might need to do these holes here, and we might need to do the outside. So let's first of all go into NC mode. Now the datum point is currently shown there, so that could be a location hole, or it could be that we need to reset the datum somewhere else. If we need to reset the datum, we use the set NC datum from the CNC options toolbar, and then we can set the datum to one of these corners perhaps. Okay, let's choose this one here. So that's set where XY0 is going to be. So now we can create a contour of this inside shape here. So we just zoom in. I'm just using the center mouse wheel to zoom right in, and then we're going to choose contour. So this is the contour that we're going to choose. We could start there and go clockwise, or we could start there and go anti-clockwise. So it depends on how you like to cut this. So if we go clockwise, click on that, set the line thickness to say 1 mm so we can see it more clearly. The depth doesn't really matter, it just gives us a simulation. Okay, and this shape is closed, so we click OK. So what happens here is that the system has found its way round to the end of this arc, and it could be that there's a decision to be made here, or it could be that there's two arcs drawn here. It doesn't really matter, because we just need to tell it that we wanted to follow that arc. Okay, then it tells us the contour's been created, and it draws it in a thicker line type so that it's easier for us to see. That won't have any effect on the sizes, that's just a visual aid. So we've got the one contour there, so now we could maybe do these other ones here for the circles. So we click on that. It recognises that we've chosen a circle, and it asks us where we want the start position to be. So this will be, say, 0, 0. It can be whatever start angle you like, and the direction again clockwise or anti-clockwise. That's created that, and then we could do the same thing down here. On that one, start at 0 degrees. Okay, it's created that one. And then if we need to do the outside, then we could do that. And there we have it. So we could now save that drawing away, Okay, and I'll put that into the folder that we've got our other work, and then we could pass that through into the machining module, and then we carry on and machine it. So I'll do this, so I'll just need to probably resize the window when I get into it. Okay, yeah. So just resize the window so that we can see it. Okay, so that's the Wire EDM software. Now what's happened is it's created a machining instruction for each one of the contours that it's found. So then we need just to go into each one of those, set up the offsets. If we're cutting round on the inside of there, we'd want to offset to the right. If we need to, we can specify where the pilot hole position is, a distance away from the start position. If we want to put on a wire angle, we do that here. We can set the lead out as being just a linear plus arc, or rectangle plus arc, and the same options we've got on the lead out. So they don't have to be the same, so you can just choose whichever one it is you want. We can set up the machining conditions for the approach move, for a rough cut, middle cut, and a finishing cut. If we want to use tagging, then we can put on that. Okay, so that generates the machining instructions for that contour, and then we could do the same things on the other ones. Convert polylines and convert